Ladies and gentlemen, please rise as we welcome the arrival of our guest of honor, the Honorable Mr. Nga Kor Ming, Minister of Housing and Local Government of Malaysia. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the national anthem of Malaysia, Negaraku, followed by the ASEAN anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, officially, please be seated. Thank you very much. Yang berhormat, ladies and gentlemen.
1, 2, 3, 4.
berkumandang di ruai kami dendangkan sembah adatku sembahkan.
Tingkah gendang berdentang irama berkumandang di ruai kami dendangkan sembah adatku sembahkan.
Di ruai adat dijunjung riang gendang dilawan rentak tari disanjung budaya zaman berzaman. Meriah kita bersama-sama serambi ini kita bersua dendang teruna darah dalam lagu bertemu jua.
Serambi indah, sari belena, tari dan gendang bisa tiada.
Malam ini kita berdendang di ruai ini jadi saksinya. Tingkah gendang berdentang irama berkumandang di ruai kami dendangkan sembah adatku sembahkan.
Tingkah gendang berdentang irama berkumandang di ruai kami dendangkan sembah adatku sembahkan.
Malaysia is truly Asia. It's a land with rich heritage for you to explore. Sandy beaches, friendly faces, surreal experiences everywhere. Malaysia yang unik, kaya dengan budaya, destinasi menarik. Mari sini semuanya. Hey 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 hey.
Welcome to Malaysia, where the sights are surreal. Beyond imagination, every moment you feel. Taste the food, track the highlands, such a thrill. The heartbeat of Asia, where dreams are fulfilled.
Malaysia，我美丽的国家，东南西北这一片土地。
and gentlemen, a round of applause to the spectacular troupe of Kuala Lumpur City Hall. More than just a showcase of our capital's rich heritage and vibrant traditions, but a heartfelt tribute from the city to all of you as we stand as proud host of ASUF AGMF MGMAC2025 for a sustainable urban future. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good afternoon. The Honorable Mr. Nga Khor Ming, Minister of Housing and Local Government. The Honorable Dato' Amar Professor Dr. Sim Kui Hee, Deputy Premier of Sarawak, Malaysia. The Honorable Dato' Wira M. Nur Azman bin Taib, Secretary General, Ministry of Housing and Local Government. Her Excellency Dr. Bernadia Irawati Jendra Dewi, Secretary General of UCLG, ASPAC. Her Excellency Dato' Sri Town Planner Dr. Maimunah Muhammad Sharif, Mayor of Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Her Excellency Angela Lei Atienza Valdepenas, Vice Mayor of Manila, Philippines. Mr. Lim Zer Chin, Director, ASEAN Connectivity Division, ASEAN Secretariat. Town Planner Technologist Nurliza binti Hashim, Chief Executive, Urbanist, Malaysia. Mr. Srina Vasapopuri, Chief ROAP, Bangkok Multi-Country Office, UN Habitat. Members of the media, esteemed strategic partners, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the joint closing ceremony of the ASEAN Sustainable Urbanization Forum, the ASEAN Governors Mayors Forum, and the Meeting of Governors and Mayors of ASEAN Capitals, MGMAC 2025. My name is Shafiqa Farahin. It's an honor to be your host for this afternoon. Distinguished delegates, honored guests and friends, over the past 6 days here in Kuala Lumpur, we've shared ideas, forged partnerships, and as ASEAN Chair, we have explored bold solutions as well for inclusive and sustainable cities and also regions, from green infrastructure to climate resilience, from empowering communities to embracing innovation. Each conversation has definitely brought us closer to a common shared goal towards an urban future. Today, as we close this remarkable gathering, let us carry forward the spirit of cooperation, innovation, and unity, building cities that are not only smart and sustainable, but also truly for the people. Representing our proud host city, it is an honor to welcome Her Excellency Dato' Sri Town Planner Dr. Maimunah Muhammad Sharif, Mayor of Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, to share her remarks. Please give her a warm welcome.
Thank you so much, Madam Moderator. The Honorable Mr. Nga Khor Ming, Minister of Housing and Local Government. The Honorable Dato' Amar Professor Dr. Sim Kui Hee, Deputy Premier of Sarawak. Excellencies, distinguished delegates, media, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A very good afternoon. Salam sejahtera, salam Malaysia Madani. Distinguished delegates, friends, colleagues, thank you for the energy and the generosity that you have brought to Kuala Lumpur this week. Meeting new partners and reconnecting with old ones, this ASEAN Governors and Mayors Forum truly felt like a family gathering. Allow me, in the spirit of ASEAN, allow me to share a pantun. Bunga raya terbilang berseri, indahnya terselah seiring gemilang. Kuala Lumpur cahaya lestari, sinar ASEAN kekal cemerlang. I'll try to translate it in English. The hibiscus bloom in graceful pride, its beauty shine side by side. Kuala Lumpur, light of sensibility, let ASEAN's spirit be forever bright. Distinguished Excellencies, guests, ladies and gentlemen, over the last 3 days, more than 8,000 delegates worked, presented, supported, and actively participated across our 3 ASEAN platforms on sustainable cities. This week proved that when local leadership comes together with partners, we can turn ideas into action. From my colleagues, the governors and mayors, the call to act has never been stronger. Manila showed how a health emergency became a catalyst to mobilize communities, business, and public service to transform solid waste management. Singapore reminded us that investing in people, especially city management talent, pays dividends, and that sharing know-how across the region lifts us all. We face many challenges, from extreme climate events and resource constraints to cost of living pressures and housing affordability. We overcome them when people trust us. I'm encouraged by the public-private and people partnership in Medan, in Luang Prabang, in Hanau, in Dili, I need to say Seberang Perai. Others and are mobilizing resources and aligning city action with SDGs. I hope many of you engage with Mr. Philip Yang, Special Envoy of COP30 Presidency of Brazil, and with Mr. Gino Van Begin of ICLE. This urban October, I invite all mayors and governors here to host a town hall COP in your own cities. My aspiration is to assemble one practical project from each city and present a collective report to the COP30 presidency. From this year's MGMAC, I am pleased to share that all 10 ASEAN capital cities, which I chaired yesterday, with Delhi as an observer, have agreed to establish a permanent secretariat in Jakarta to monitor and report on our commitment and support our incoming host, Manila. This will help us move from dialogue to delivery. With the generous support of the Governor of Jakarta, the Honorable Mr. Pramono Anung, the Secretariat will help us coordinate, share resources, and manage projects on the ground. MGMAC will work closely with UCLG Aspect and UN Habitat, and we will coordinate through the ASEAN Sustainable Cities Platform and the ASEAN Secretariat to stay aligned with Vision 2045. I'm proud that AGMF adopted the position paper on localizing the ASEAN Community Vision 2045 and the AGMF 2025 declaration. We also agreed to share best practices in climate resilience, zero waste initiative, inclusive governance, digital transformation, and cultural preservation. The meeting also confirmed Manila as the host city for AGMF 2026. And this is without me knowing, the MGMAC and the AGMF, maybe Dr. Manedia should inform the crowd later. With humility, and also I would like to say thank you, and we will make to ensure that our cities are present here, heard in global decisions, including in COP30. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to share a special highlight of ASEAN Week in our city. On August 10, the Perarakan Budaya at KL Car Free Morning brought together 5,000 participants. The parade features cultural group, educational institution, and community organization. We were honored by the presence of the foreign ambassadors in Malaysia and ASEAN delegates, who joined in support of cultural diplomacy and stronger regional ties. This celebration also amplified The spirit of our national months showcase Kuala Lumpur multi-ethnic heritage and artistry, strengthened unity, promoted healthy living, and reinforced our image as an inclusive city with a strong distinctive identity. If Malaysia is truly Asia, Wabi, Kuala Lumpur is truly Malaysia. I'm equally pleased with the vibrant participation as our KL City Stage, which hosted 10 program slots. Across this, we welcome 49 speakers who shared practical insight on sustainable urban development, innovation, and inclusive growth. These exchanges will travel home with us and shape what we implement within now and Manila. Beyond the main stage, I'm proud to note that Kuala Lumpur leadership was reflected in 18 courtesy calls and bilateral meetings with city leaders, international organizations, and development partners during ASEAN Week. 6 of these engagements involved in signing of formal documents of action, tangible commitment that will guide our collaboration forward. Another memorable moment was the Kenduri in the Park Gala Dinner, held at Taman Botani Perdana. This gathering under the open sky brought together delegates, partners, and friends in a warm, festive atmosphere, celebrating our shared achievement and friendship forged throughout the week. It was a fitting reminder that strong relationships, like strong cities, are built not only in meeting rooms, but also around the dinner table. Finally, I would like to thank you, Urbanist Malaysia, UCLG, UN Habitat, ICLE, and of course, my Kuala Lumpur City Hall team, Boldia Hard Work. And my appreciation also to Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri Dr. Zaleha Mustafa, Minister in the Prime Minister Office, Federal Territories, for her support, and to Yang Berhormat Mr. Nga Komeng, Minister of Housing and Local Government, who served also as the President of United Nations Habitat Assembly, and all his ministry for their immense support. Without your support, I think these 5 days will be disaster. As we say in Bahasa Malaysia, terima kasih and our apologies for any shortcoming until we meet again. Hanggang sa muli sa Manila. Thank you, terima kasih.
Thank you, Your Excellency, Dato' Sri Town Planner, for that wonderful speech and also for sharing those highlights over the past few days, which we shared together. Always a good times to remember those memories. Next, ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that we welcome Her Excellency Dr. Bernadia Irawati Jendra Dewi, Secretary General of UCLG ASPAC, to share her concluding remarks with us.
The Honorable Mr. Nga Korming, the Minister of Housing and Local Governments of Malaysia, the Honorable Datuk Hajah Amin Atira binti Sabu, Deputy Minister of Housing and Local Governments, the Honorable Datuk Amar Professor Dr. Sim Kui Hee, Deputy Premier Sarawak. Actually, he made a very inspiring speech this morning. I was very inspired by his presentation. So my dear friend, Mayor of Kuala Lumpur, Dato' Sri Maimunah Muhammad Sarif, I cannot defeat when she talks. She's really a good speaker. Excellencies, distinguished governors and mayors, esteemed representatives of ASEAN member states, development partners and delegates, and of course, our dear friend, ASEAN Secretariat, and UN Habitat representatives. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera and very, very good afternoon to all. Magadang hapo. This is Tagalog say, good afternoon. And salam Malaysia Madani. It's a privilege and sincere honor for me to address at the closing of this landmark a regional platform, the ASEAN Governors and Mayors Forum, AGMF, the meeting of governors and mayors of ASEAN capitals, MGMAC, during this ASEAN Sustainable Urbanization Forum, ASUF. We have come together over these past 3 days with a clear and unified purpose to advance our shared vision for resilient, livable, inclusive, and sustainable cities across Southeast Asia in alignment with the ASEAN Committee Vision 2045. The forum has been unprecedented in scale and substance. I think we heard earlier, we welcome 8,000 registered participants and more than 300 cities and local governments, mayors from across the region. A profound demonstration of ASEAN growing commitment to local leaderships as a cornerstone of regional transformation. And I also would like to know that more than 40% of 8,000 registered participants are young people, young populations. This is to show that young people care about the future of our cities. And if we extended the age up to 42, it will be almost close to 70%, more than 80, close to 80%. So I'm very pleased to share that this forum culminated in a significant and forward-looking outcomes. You will hear later from the mayors from Kuala Lumpur and also vice mayors of Manila about this Kuala Lumpur Sustainable Declarations on localizing the ASEAN Committee Vision 2045. The declaration sets forth our collective ambition to localize regional priorities, placing cities, municipalities, and local governments at the center of policy making and implementation. It reflects our consensus that the success of ASEAN's long-term vision will hinge on the strength of local institutions and the inclusivity of our urban and rural strategies. So in this significant AGMF, the governors and mayors unanimously appointed the mayor of Kuala Lumpur, Datuk Sri Maimunah Muhammad Sarif, as the special envoy of ASEAN cities and local governments. So this very, very important moment to celebrate recognitions for her achievement and leadership with distinguished background, including serving as mayor of Seberang Perai, the first woman mayor of Kuala Lumpur, also mayor of Penang, and the former executive director of UN Habitat. She has a proven track record of success at the local, regional, and go beyond that, global levels. We are confident that she will effectively advocate for the interests of ASEAN cities and local governments, making the united voices heard at both regional and institutional stages. Distinguished guests, delegates, and ladies and gentlemen, through more than 100 thematic sessions, I think Datuk Bandar has already mentioned how many sessions that we have organized. I think I saw excellencies, ambassadors from Indonesia also join the dancing during the car-free Kuala Lumpur morning. This is to show that ASEAN ready to be united, and we are already united. So on behalf of UCLG ASPAC, that serves as a secretariat of ASEAN Governors and Mayors Forum, I wish to emphasize an undeniable truth. Local governments are not peripheral to development. They are pivotal. So we must therefore ensure that local governments are equipped not only with mandates, but with the means, capacities, and partnership to fulfill these agendas. So this forum must not be a conclusion. I think we all agree that it must serve as a launchpad for deeper action and enduring collaboration. So I urge you all to take forward the key messages and opportunities from this gathering. To operationalize, it's quite difficult words, to operationalize the Kuala Lumpur Sustainable Declaration within your respective jurisdiction, and to support the ASEAN Governance and Mayors Forum as a peer learning and policy learning platform, and to collaborate among ASEAN capitals through the MGMAC. And I also want to congratulate Jakarta as the Secretariat, Permanent Secretariat of MGMAC. And continue working with UCLG, ASPAC, and partners. And I cannot forget our close partners, UN Habitat, ASEAN Secretariat, all UN bodies that are present here, and all the networks of local governments. This cannot be possible without our strong collaboration. Since Datuk Maimuna also has a pantun, I cannot forget not to have a pantun here. Tanam padi di ujung desa, sirami air penuh harapan. Masa depan bandar bukan sekedar wacana, dipimpin tempatan menuju kejayaan. So last but not least, let me conclude by my deepest appreciation to the government of Malaysia for hosting and guiding this forum with such generosity and vision. Especially thanks to Honorable Minister YB Ngakorming for your national leaderships in housing, local government's transformation, and your role as Habitat Assembly Presidents. You have a lot of responsibilities, and I'm sure you can make it happen in bringing not only cities in Asia Pacific, in ASEAN, but at the global for having better future. I think we have to give applause to Dato' YB. Then Mayor of Kuala Lumpur, whose global legacy continues to inspire cities leaders across borders. I also like to thank you and all the teams for making all this successful. Special thanks to Urbanis Malaysia, especially my big thanks to Puan Olisa Hasim and her big team for making so hard, for working so hard in making this successful event. And of course, all the delegates, mayors, local leaders, and youth participation. And don't forget, 200 volunteers that we have. So I wish you all a safe trip back to your home countries, and see you again next year in Manila. Thank you. Maraming salamat.
A warm thank you to Her Excellency Dr. Bernadia Irawati Jendra Dewi, Secretary General of UCLG ASPAC, for that inspiring speech. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this 6-day journey will conclude tomorrow with a remarkable total of 9,120 attendees, marking the highest level of multi-stakeholder involvement and contribution across these 3 concurrent events, alongside our 10 ASEAN member states, governors and mayors. The forum extended beyond the ASEAN region, attracting participants from 56 other countries who came to share their commitments towards a better future, sustainability and inclusivity. More than 200 local governments from ASEAN and beyond also took part. We were honored to host 364 speakers covering 130 sessions with 74 exhibitors on board, including 8 international private organizations. The 6-day event was in line with the sustainability protocol advocated by the government of Malaysia, which emphasizes tracking every step from travel plans and water electricity usage to waste management. All general waste was managed by our partner GZW and converted into ash, powered by the Asher. Notably, we ensured that 54% of waste was recycled, in line with our minister's strong commitment to promoting a circular economy across all cities in Malaysia. Now, our events also received strong support from partners, supporters and co-organizers, including those who organized technical visits. Attendance highlights include 5,000 participants for Car-Free Day and 550 participants for the Stakeholders Assembly. Overall, ASUF2025 is aligned with the ASEAN Community Vision 2045, ensuring that the comprehensive discussions held here will be localized across ASEAN and contribute to our shared common effort. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up and a thunderous round of applause to our 200 volunteers. Ladies and gentlemen, all of our 200 volunteers are not just from Malaysia, also from other ASEAN countries. They're here to show their utmost dedication, commitment, and hard work. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to invite all the members of the media. You can take your shots here of our 200 volunteers. All right, everyone, face forward, facing the camera. Bigger smiles. All right, everyone, please show the And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause to all of our 200 volunteers from across ASEAN region. Thank you so much once again for your commitment, your hard work, and your dedication. Once again, volunteers, do take your seats. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and now, as you can see, we have set the stage for something truly special. Now, the moment has come to present the Kuala Lumpur Sustainable Declaration 2025, a defining pledge born from a week-long convergence of ASEAN leaders, urban visionaries, and change makers. For this special highlight of this ceremony this afternoon, I would like to invite the representative ASEAN member states to join us on stage. Once again, to lead us, Her Excellency Dato Sri Town Planner Dr. Maimuna Muhammad Sharif, Mayor of Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, followed by Her Excellency Angela Lei Atienza Valdepenas, Vice Mayor of Manila, Philippines, Mr. Amirul Shukri bin Haji Hafne, Acting Chairman Bandar Sri Begawan Municipal Board, Brunei Darussalam. Can we give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? Mr. Lee Samreth, Vice President of NACPC Cambodia, Mr. Atsa Phang Thong Sifandon, Governor of Vientiane, Lao PDR, His Excellency Aung Kyaw Mo, Ambassador of Myanmar to Malaysia, Mayor Bay Yam Keng, Mayor of Northeast District, Singapore, Mr. Indra Gobel, Vice Mayor of Gorontalo, Indonesia, Mr. Surya Yik Hoon, Mayor of Pri Municipality, Thailand, Mr. Lê Hong Sun, Standing Vice Chairman of Hanoi People Committee, Vietnam. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this declaration stands as our collective commitment to building cities that are resilient, inclusive, innovative, sustainable, and deeply attuned to the needs of all communities. All right, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We have two. And now, we invite Her Excellency Dato Sri Town Planner Dr. Maimuna and Her Excellency Angela Lei to proceed with the declaration.
Thank you so much. The Honorable Mr. Nga Koming, Minister of Housing and Local Government, the Honorable Dato' Amar Professor Dr. Sim Kui Hee, Deputy Premier of Sarawak, Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen. Let me take the opportunity to read Kuala Lumpur Sustainable Declaration on Localizing ASEAN Community Vision 2045. We, the governors, mayors, the representative of local and regional governments of the Association of the Southeast Asian Nation or ASEAN, as custodian of urban futures, having conveyed in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia from 12 to 14 August 2025, under the auspices of the ASEAN Governors and Mayors Forum 2025 AGMF, the meeting of governors and mayors of ASEAN Capital, MGMAC, and the ASEAN Sustainable Urban Forum, ASUF, in alignment with the Kuala Lumpur Declaration on ASEAN 2045, our shared future. Recalling the commitment and the milestone established in proceeding of ASEAN Mayors Forum declarations, including but not limited to the Surabaya Communique in 2011, Makassar Declaration in 2015, Tagiq Action Agenda in 2017, AMF Declaration in 2019, AMF Phnom Penh Declaration 2022, Jakarta Declaration 2023, and Vientiane Declaration 2024. Affirming our unwavering commitment to advancing ASEAN 2045, our shared future within the scope of our regional and local authorities, and in full alignment with the 2030 Agenda of Sustainable Development, the Paris Agreement on Climate Change, and the Sendai Framework for Disaster Risk Reduction, the New Urban Agenda, and other relevant global frameworks. Recognizing the critical roles of cities and local governments as frontline implementers of national, regional, and global policies, and as key drivers in achieving sustainability, inclusivity, resilience, and prosperity within the ASEAN community. Pledging to strengthen and leverage city-to-city partnership and multi-level governance mechanism to foster collaboration, shared good practices, collectively advance shared goal consistent with national and regional framework, and to set measurable outcomes, timeline, and scalable urban solution within our own legal framework. And now I will pass to my colleagues, the Vice Mayor from Manila, to read our declaration on the shared commitment of all the ASEAN mayors and governors. Over to you.
Thank you, Mayor. We hereby declare our shared commitments in strengthening ASEAN identity through local action to encourage the active promotion of ASEAN identity, values, and community spirit within the mandate and legal framework of local governments to reinforce the unity and cohesion of the ASEAN community at the local level. This also includes integrating ASEAN themes into local educational and promotional activities, civic campaigns, public space initiatives, and cultural programs. Number 2, advance local priorities under the ASEAN 2045 pillars to commit to the localization of the ASEAN Community Vision 2045 through the establishment of the City Focal Point System by appointing focal points who will work in coordination with the AGMF Secretariat hosted by UCLG ASPAC. These focal points will facilitate the implementation of voluntary, non-binding joint actions aligned with the ASEAN Community Vision 2045. Monitor local contributions across all 4 ASEAN Community Vision pillars and prepare a progress report to be submitted to the chair of the ASEAN Governors and Mayors Forum, AGMF, and associated forums, including MGMAC Secretariat, hosted by Jakarta Province. Number 3, institutionalize local governments' collaboration mechanisms. Commit to strengthening and institutionalizing mechanisms that promote sustained collaboration among cities and local governments across ASEAN. Building upon the existing platforms of the ASEAN Governors and Mayors Forum, AGMF, and the Meeting of Governors and Mayors of ASEAN Capitals, MGMAC, we aim to enhance structured city-to-city or local government-to-local government engagement through regular dialogue, policy exchange, and coordinated actions. This includes fostering mutual learning on local governance, sustainability practices, including zero-waste practices, and innovation while encouraging cities to carry out voluntary local reviews, VLRs, as a means to localize the Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs, and contribute to ASEAN's regional development and monitoring processes. Such cooperation will amplify the collective voice of local governments in shaping an inclusive, resilient, and future-ready ASEAN community. Number 4, to localize climate commitments and accelerate climate actions. To reaffirm our role in supporting enhanced urban and local contributions to nationally determined contributions, or NDCs 3.0. Consistent with the outcomes of COP28, cities and local governments commit to accelerating climate actions through inclusive, multi-level governance in climate planning, implementation, and monitoring in line with ASEAN's green growth and resilience priorities. Number 5, to promote and advocate for local-level investments from international institutions. Advocate for stronger engagement with multilateral development partners, including the UN system, the World Bank, the Asian Development Bank, and climate finance mechanisms such as COP27 Surge, COP28 Champ, and COP29 MAP. Support the mobilization of innovative financial instruments and technical assistance tailored to city-level needs in mitigation, adaptation, resilience, and just transitions. Number 6, strengthen local partnerships for inclusive development. Promote inclusive local governance through active partnerships with the private sector, civil society, and community-based organizations in the co-creation of local solutions. Pilot projects are encouraged that reflect commitments to inclusivity, sustainability, and social innovation in implementing ASEAN, regional, and global development agendas at the local level. Encouraging ASEAN member states, development partners, and our communities to join us in translating this declaration into bold, inclusive, and transformative action. By 2045, our cities and regions will stand as beacons of resilience, equity, and shared prosperity across Southeast Asia. Let this declaration be more than words. It is our collective promise to future generations. Together, we will build an ASEAN of thriving cities, united in diversity, resilient in adversity, and bold in ambition. Looking forward to the ASEAN Governors and Mayors Forum to be held in the Philippines under the ASEAN Chairmanship of the Philippines in 2026. Adopted this 13th day of August in the year 2025 in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
Thank you, Dato Sri Town Planner and Her Excellency Angela, for carrying and perfecting the Kuala Lumpur Sustainable Declaration 2025 presentation. Can we give them another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you also to our ASEAN mayors and ambassadors for your participation and bearing witness to that momentous occasion. Your Excellencies, mayors and ambassadors, please do take your seats once again. Ladies and gentlemen, as you witnessed just now, the declaration reflects our shared aspiration to integrate climate resilience, health, innovation, and collaborative action into the fabric of urban life, as championed throughout this week by the professional women's, youth, and business assemblies, if you were present during that time. And we're honored for our next agenda, the much anticipated moment, the highlight of this afternoon. We'd like to officially invite this one person we've been waiting to hear from. And I'm sure we're ready by now to bring this remarkable week of gathering to a close. Ladies and gentlemen, it is our honor to invite the Minister of Housing and Local Government of Malaysia to deliver the official closing address marking the conclusion of ASUF, AGMF and MGMAC2025, the Honorable Mr. Nga Kor Ming.
Your Excellencies, Honorable Ministers, Governors, Mayors, distinguished delegates, development partners, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen. Salam sejahtera dan salam Malaysia Madani. A very good afternoon and warm greetings from all of us in Malaysia. It is with great honor that I deliver this closing remarks at the conclusion of 3 landmark gatherings that will shape the future of urban development in our region. The ASEAN Sustainable Urbanization Forum, ASUF, the ASEAN Governors and Mayors Forum, AGMF, and the meetings of governors and mayors of ASEAN capitals, MGMAC2025. ASEAN is one of the most populous regions in the world. Our collective commitment to sustainable urban development safeguard the well-being of nearly 700 million people against pressing challenges such as climate change, housing affordability, and urban sprawl. Without bold and inclusive action, these pressures risk fracturing our cities and increasing disparity in equity distribution. On this note, I extend my deepest gratitude to all more than 8,000 attendees for your dedication and commitment to championing sustainable urban development over the past few days in our beautiful and vibrant Kuala Lumpur. This platform stands as a testament to the strength of ASEAN cooperation and to our mutual recognition that urbanization is no longer merely the backdrop to development. It is the driving engine of ASEAN's future. Ladies and gentlemen, as Chair of ASEAN 2025 and President of UN Habitat Assembly, Malaysia has placed inclusive and sustainable urbanization at the heart of our local, regional, and global agenda. firmly embedded within the ASEAN Community Vision 2045 and the UN Habitat Strategic Plan 2026 to 2029. At the regional level, Malaysia is actively driving discussion on sustainable urban development, as exemplified by the very platform we are gathered here on today. Over the past 3 days, we have brought together more than 9,000 participants from across ASEAN and beyond to shape a more inclusive, resilient, and sustainable urban future for our region. I would like to take a moment to reflect on the outcomes that we achieved over the past few days. Firstly, the ASEAN Sustainable Urbanization Forum, ASUF, has reaffirmed and strengthened its alignment with ASEAN's key frameworks, namely the ASEAN Sustainable Urbanization Strategy, ASUS, and the ASEAN Community Vision 2045. Malaysia aims to launch an ASEAN and Sustainable Center led by Urbanist Malaysia to support innovative, scalable projects empowering cities programs aligned with ASUS and ASEAN Smart City Network priorities. Secondly, the ASEAN Governors and Mayors Forum, AGMF, has successfully adopted shared commitments, including promoting greater inclusions of women, youth, and indigenous people in urban governance. This reaffirms the importance of bottom-up approaches in driving sustainability and inclusivity. Thirdly, the meeting of governors and mayors of ASEAN capitals, MGMAC, has adopted the joint communique of MGMAC2025 and has agreed to establish a secretariat in Jakarta. Among its key commitments are the formalization of the MGMAC City Network, the advancement of voluntary local reviews, and the united call for greater investment at the local level from international institutions such as UN and the World Bank. I would like to commend and congratulate everyone for all your hard work in achieving these remarkable outcomes. Well done, Shabas dan Tahniah. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the conveners, we are honored to formally submit the Kuala Lumpur Sustainable Declaration on Localizing ASEAN Communities Vision 2045 as an official input to the 47th ASEAN Leaders Summit in October this year. This declaration sent a clear and urgent message that urban leadership, it is not a choice, it is a necessity. Local voices are not peripheral, they are pivotal. The future of ASEAN must not be written from top down, but co-authored by our cities, our communities, and our people. Those who live in the challenges every day and who hold the keys to the most enduring solutions. These milestones are not just agreement on paper, they are a living document and a promise of stronger regional cooperation and shared resolve to build cities that are resilient, sustainable, and people-centered. As President of UN Habitat, I take note of the need for action on the ground. I hereby call for constructive and innovative action to ensure that cities and member states will work together to realize the ASEAN Vision 2045. I hereby will put forward to the COP30 presidency a proposal to integrate the new urban agenda for the first time in the history into the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, UNFCCC, so that environmental policies are not only adopted at the global level, but effectively implemented by local governments and communities on the ground. We must ensure that no one and no place is left behind in our urbanizing world. To further amplify this mission, I'm thrilled to launch the KL Call to Action for COP30, which is going to be held in Belém, Brazil, this coming November. KL Call to Action initiative will serve as the central engine driving our collective effort, and I urge everyone to not just participate, but to actively lead and champion this noble cause. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, in closing, I would like to express my deepest appreciation to Yang Berbahagia Dato Sri Town Planner Dr. Maimunah binti Muhammad Sharif, the Mayor of Kuala Lumpur, Dr. Bernadia, the Secretary General of UCLG ASPEC, UN Habitat, Urbanist Malaysia, agencies, strategic partners, sponsors, speakers, and delegates for all your unwavering support and commitment to shaping a climate-resilient urban futures. As UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres reminds us, the battle for sustainability will be won or lost, not any other place, but in our cities. I invite all ASEAN member states and partners to join us in turning these ideas into reality. Let ASEAN be the beacon of hope. Let ASEAN be on the winning side of that battle by leading with people, planning with purpose, and acting with urgency. On behalf of the government of Malaysia, I'm honored, before I officially close this, to echo the Mayor of Kuala Lumpur's pantun. This is my humble reply. Dato' ada satu rangkap, saya ada dua rangkap. Bunga seroja megah berseri, menghias tasik indah pesona. Bandar lestari tekad diberi, maju bersama sejahtera bangsa. Mentari senja memancar cahaya, awan berarak di langit terbuka. ASEAN berpadu membina bahagia, kota dan desa lestari selamanya. So on behalf of the government of Malaysia, I'm honored to officially close the ASEAN Sustainable Urbanization Forum, the ASEAN Governors and Mayors Forum, and also the meeting of governors and mayors of ASEAN capitals MGMAC2025. May the spirit of our beautiful, vibrant Kuala Lumpur inspire us to keep pushing boundaries, forging a path towards cities that are inclusive, innovative, sustainable, and united in purpose. From Kuala Lumpur to Manila in 2026. Even though we will be gathering in Manila 2026, don't forget to come back to Kuala Lumpur, because next year is Visit Malaysia Year 2026. Dengan itu, sekian, terima kasih, thank you, 谢谢, rumah-rumah nandriga.
Thank you, the Honourable Minister. Please remain on stage right now because we'd like to proceed with a special part of this afternoon. And for this, we'd like to invite once again Her Excellency Dr. Bernadia Irawati, Secretary General of UCLG ASPEC, to present a souvenir as a symbol of our deepest appreciation for the Honourable Minister for his endless support and tremendous work. Right, photographers, you may take your shots. Big smiles, YB and Your Excellency. Once again, we're truly appreciative of the Honourable Minister's work and support throughout the 6 days. And thank you to our YB and Your Excellency. Please do take your seat because we'll proceed with the next part before we officially close tonight. We still have lots to do this afternoon, just for all of you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a moment to relive the most memorable highlights from the ASUF, AGMF and MGMAC 2025 through this special video presentation. Please enjoy. there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, the highlight video over the past 6 days. And as our Honorable Minister mentioned just now, do continue to visit Malaysia, as you can also see the beauty of Malaysia just now through the video. And we look forward to next year's visit Malaysia as well. We now proceed to the handover of the host city for AGMF and MGMAC to the next host for 2026. Please join us in welcoming once again Her Excellency Dato Sri Town Planner Dr. Maimunah Muhammad Sharif, Mayor of Kuala Lumpur, and once again as well Her Excellency Angela Lei Atienza Valdepenas, Vice Mayor of Manila, Philippines. And to grace the stage once again as witnesses, we'd like to invite our guest of honor, the Honorable Mr. Nga Korming, Minister of Housing and Local Government, and Her Excellency Dr. Bernadia Irawati Chandra Dewi, Secretary General of UCLG ASPAC. All right, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Dato Sri Town Planner Dr. Maimunah, please do the honor of the handover to Her Excellency Angela, Vice Mayor of Manila. Let's bring the handover token right now, flag. As you can see, this is happening right now, ladies and gentlemen. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to Manila. And may you continue to bring this flag of fire, passion and spirit with full dedication and success. Thank you. Can we get another photo with our photographers with the flag? All right. Once again, congratulations to Manila. Thank you. Yang Berhormat Minister, Dato Sri Town Planner, Your Excellency Angela, and Your Excellency Dr. Bernadia. Thank you so much. Please do take your seats once again. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please do remain seated. We'd like to present a special video from Manila.
The Manileño's values were formed by his surroundings. As pieces of history are part of his everyday walk through the streets, the walls take on a different, more meaningful story to its residents. They know of the triumphs. They know of the pain. They know what their city has survived. But most of all, Manila would always be beautiful to them, in their eyes and in their hearts. The local government acknowledges how the Manileño feels towards his beloved city, despite the ravages it has suffered and some damages to its reputation to tourists. The treasures that the city holds are still very much present. As such, the local government took on the huge challenge of transforming Manila to a tourist destination worthy of awe and respect. As the whole city of Manila is a tourist destination, a collaboration amongst different relevant stakeholders was required for its reinvention to take flight. Several meetings were held, and the 8 tourism hubs were identified. These hubs were prepared for visitors to enjoy, learn from, and simply imbibe. Restoration was on top of the list. Parks, monuments, churches, other historically commemorative spaces, and even commercial areas were given much-needed cleanup. Dining and shopping areas were improved, and during the holidays, decked-up streets and plazas were certainly a sight for sore eyes. All these efforts were highly promoted in both conventional and social media channels. Bigger audiences flocked to the city to get to know Manila the way a Manileño does. Radiant, cultured, regal, and worth coming back to again and again.
Congratulations and all the best, Manila. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we officially conclude the joint closing ceremony. But before we part ways, our official photographers and of course members of the media will now be taking a group photo of everyone here from the stage right now, capturing the beautiful crowd as we stand here this afternoon. We kindly ask everyone to remain seated right now, smile warmly and look this way so that we can freeze this special ASEAN afternoon within a perfect frame. We'd like everyone to please join our minister to stand up as well. Don't worry, everyone will be seen in this photo as they are slightly elevated, so make sure you do stay a bit perhaps together, close together, so it's easy to get everyone in one shot. All right, everyone, bigger smiles. Keep that smile going. All right, that's great. Thank you for that. Everyone looks amazing. On behalf of the organizers and all participants, we sincerely thank the Honorable Mr. Nga Korming for concluding our 6-day journey with such inspiring words just now and for his unwavering support towards building a sustainable urban future. We also extend our heartfelt appreciation to all distinguished guests, partners and participants who have made this event a resounding success. We now invite members of the media for the press conference and welcome all guests to join us for the high tea. Members of the media, do stay for the press conference.